Good day, participants. My name is Dean. This is a follow-up to the first video I shared in relation to our workshop refresher. So this is aimed at Lighthouse Community Academy, Lookout Primary, and Braids. So if there's any others that I've missed off, forgive me. In this video, we are going to just briefly sign up to the platform for those that haven't, refresh you on the orientation, and show you how to get started. So from my point of view, just a quick refresher, I'm one of the members here at Notesmaster. I was born in Guyana, parents are Jamaican. I spent a lot of time in the UK, and I'll be your support lead for this program for as long as it takes to create a comprehensive set of e-learning materials for primary subjects. Now, you'll also have an individual, Mr. Damon Clark, from Jamaica. He will also be assisting you as well. So hopefully all of you know the genesis of Notesmaster. It's an e-learning platform covering the CXC set of assessments, and this program is expanding it to CPEA. So for those of you that don't know, it's notesmaster.com. So up here, notesmaster.com. You can type that into Google and you'll find your way here. If you have already registered, click login. If you haven't, click sign up. And when you sign up, select Caribbean. There are a number of different Notesmaster programs around the world, so that's what those flags represent. Caribbean, Montserrat, and these are the schools and primary schools listed. So if I select Braids and put in my email address, let's just say I make up one here. Make sure it's your active email address, because Notesmaster has an internal mail system which updates your external mail, the one you've entered here, when you have correspondence or something on your resources. Passwords, choose user type, you're an educator, choose a category, teacher in service, male or female, my name is Dean. Now, I'm going to select CPEA. Now, I know Braids might be doing a selection of the different curricula, but language arts, maths, science and technology. If I select all of those, then I will get the corresponding syllabuses in my workspace. Except the terms. The terms are just there to safeguard you. So you have cookie policy, copyright policy, Creative Commons, etc. And these letters, we type in these letters as we see them, and because Notesmaster is a e-learning platform for students, it's important to keep it safe. So that's what these letters are. They ensure that it's a human typing, not a robot. Okay, filled out my form, I click submit. Next thing I need to do is a little graphic animation here, just welcoming me, showing me that I can create new material, showing me that I can find and add material to my workspace. And then I need to join a group. So if I click on join a group, I'm going to be presented with a selection of groups from the OECS. For example, there's Grenada with their program, St. Lucia with their program, and Montserrat here with their program. So if I click on this, it just gives me a little disclaimer. I agree and I join. So that then adds me to the group. Now in this group, you're going to find a number of different videos in the post area. So this is our little collaborative post area, and video tutorials will appear here to guide you in how to use Notesmaster. Some of them are 5 minutes, some of them are 45 minutes in terms of a refresher, but they tend to be around 10 to 12 minutes to show you how to use a feature. So having joined this group, that's in this area. So this is our community area, okay? And the members of the group are seen here. And then we'll all be sharing material with this group. The shared material will be here. CPEA, language arts, maths, social science. Social studies is not actually involved in this program currently. If you click on a syllabus, you see it opens and reveals the sections, the various grades, and the objectives corresponding with each grade. So we are going to create learning material under each of these objectives. Now, where do we do that creation? Well, that creation takes place in our workspace. So we have workspace, which is our private space, resources, which is our public space where material can be found and will be published eventually at the end of the program. Classes is a virtual class environment, okay, where we can create classes to use the material. And groups. This is groups, where we are now. So if I click Workspace, in my workspace you see a little disclaimer. The all new Notesmaster is in beta, so we can just close that off while we sign off the platform. And if I'm doing science, you notice I selected my 3 subjects doing registration, and those 3 subjects appear here. If I wanted to add or remove a subject, I can put the mouse over my name, select Edit Profile. I can amend my information here and select my syllabuses here. Okay. So let's try and show you the process very briefly. Science and technology, Earth and science. Let's say I want to create a resource on Earth's weather. Click on this, observe different types of weather. Click on this, add new content. Okay, create new weather. Click create. Now this takes me into an editor, and this is my editor here. Now we recommend using Chrome. Chrome is a popular browser. We integrate Google Drive, so being part of the Google family, Chrome works very well. The wider concept is that it's a lighter weight browser, but Internet Explorer is fine if you have that, as is Firefox. But if you can download Chrome, it'll be a little bit more efficient. And to get the process going, we have this little button here, Go Advanced. So the editor is laid out like Microsoft Word in that fashion. Click on Go Advanced. We're going to use a template. Click on Insert Template, and we're going to select a template from here. So General OER template is what we will use. Click on the General OER template, click OK. Now this is a very simple layout. You would enter your title here. So I would enter my title, create new weather. Now, of course, I need to get my language adjustments correctly. So we want my title to reflect this. So this title, when a resource is printed, this title is slightly different to this title I'm updating here. This title is where the system recognizes. So if you do a search for weather, this is what the system will look for. If you print a resource, this part of it is what's printed. So then you would add your introduction to your material. I know the age group is slightly different here to CSEC and CAPE, obviously, so you can delete these areas as you wish. You can explain a topic here. You can add images and provide an explanation. If you don't want to, you can delete it, and there's a separate video showing you how to add images. You have a little table for you to add your image here, and a little format area. You have a image library here, and then you can insert some videos. So if I wanted to have a video on weather, I would click here, click on this YouTube button here, weather. Weather types. Oh, I should put types of weather, shouldn't I? Types of weather. For kids. Okay, so it brings up popular searches on Google. From YouTube, sorry. Types of weather, you click on it. You can preview it here.
Types of weather. Sunny. This is when the sun is out and shining and there are no clouds covering it up.
If this is suitable, having previewed all of it, then just click on this Insert and Close. And our video is inserted into our page. Be sure to save quite often. And then there's something called SlideShare and something called Prezi. Now there's separate videos on these, which I'll also add to our post area in our group. And there's quiz linking if you want to create a quiz and link to a quiz. And then we have practicals. Now, some of this template may not be relevant for you, and it may not be relevant for the note you're trying to create. In which case, click on the table, right click, and you can just delete it. Similarly, if you did not want to use any of these other areas, just delete them. So it's a template with spaces for you to add and remove the elements in your learning material. So if I wanted to delete that, I could. So if I save and give my work a little preview, so I can have a preview, see what it looks like. Okay. And once I close it, I'll see that it appears here in my syllabus under the objective that I created it under. So what we need to do is share this note with our group. So the process is we create material here and then share it with our group. Okay, that's the important point. Once you've joined the group, we'll give you permission to share. So this is how you share your note. Click on the note, you see it opens up here. Click Edit to access it and edit it again. And then you click Share. Now you see I am in the Montserrat CPEA group, but I need editor rights. That means I need the permission to edit the group. So the group administrator gives me permission to do that. So I'll just pause, give myself permission, and refresh this page so you can see what happens. Okay, so I've just paused and restarted. If I refresh my page now, reload, and open the share feature, you'll see it will allow me to share my material with the group. So there's two types of material. The first is material we create ourselves like this, which we can edit. We can add videos. If I wanted to add an image, I can search the internet for an image. So if I go to Google for weather and select images here, I am given a set of images relating to weather. Now if I select tools, I'm able to select images that I'm allowed to use. So these images I'm allowed to use, they're not copyrighted. So if I click on an image, let's say I want something of clouds, and if I right click, save image as, I can save this image to my computer. I can come back to Notesmaster, put the cursor where I want my image to go, click on my file manager. When you register, every user gets a file manager with public folders and private folders. My folder, that's your personal folder where you can upload images to. So we click upload, click here. If I go to try and find the image that I was taking a look at, weather. Here we click on it, click open. See, my image is uploaded to my file manager. I can then click on my image and it appears here. Okay, and it's saved on my page. So if I click share again now, you see it allows me to group share. I can group share this note. Check the box, click save, and my note, which has a title, an introduction you can add, and maybe a little thoughtful thought for the students or the teachers to read out. Explain it a little bit more, use of images, a video, and maybe a little note or post-it at the end. Click save. Close my note, and you see it changes from personal to shared, which highlights that this resource has now been shared with the group. So if I go back to our group, click on our group here, shared resources, science, we'll be able to see that when the syllabus opens, Earth and Science, here's my note, create new weather, school braids, and here it is. So there's some instructional design elements, like we will center the image, we will provide balance to the page. We'll do all of those elements to make sure the page looks good and is informative. So the process is a two-way process. You will create the material like this, share it with the group, and we'll touch it up. The last thing to show you is you might see two other elements when you click to create material. So if I go back to my workspace here, I click on Earth and Science, and I click on New. So if I have a resource in place, I click New to add another one. If I haven't put one, it looks like this, Add New Content. So if I click on New, you see I can link and there's quiz. There's separate videos to deal with each of these. Practice creating first and then look at the video to link. So for example, if there was a website that I really liked that focused on weather, so if I just pop back here and click all, and weather for kids, if I type something like that, weather for kids, clicked on this website. If I really liked this website, then I could copy the web address there, right click, copy, back to my note, select link, put in the linked resource, means it's a linked resource. We're linking this web page to our syllabus. Type in the title, Weather for Kids, right click and paste in that web address, and then give it a description. And that description could relate to anything on the page. Maybe you want them to click on the images or learn the images or look for a video. Click on all images. Create. So what I have is a linked resource now with a little animation here. I save it, close my note. The description you see is here, by the way. I can close my note, and there you see now I have two. I have my normal note, and I have linked. When I click on linked, it opens up and tells me this resource contains a link. Click on the view link button above. Here's our view link. Click on it. And you see we have access to this web page, which is from another website, which is copyrighted, no doubt. But because it opens in a separate window, we are able to use it. So linking is an efficient way of creating or compiling, I should say, a syllabus full of material. You cannot obviously copy and edit the material that's linked. That's why we show you how to create, so perhaps you can create your own resource that looks similar to this with images and links, so other teachers can then enhance and build on it. So this is an introduction. Practice creating, sharing with the group, and let us know how many resources you think you'll be able to create over a month, and we'll develop a plan based on that. Okay, thank you for watching. More videos, if I go to the group, will be available in our group under the post area. Okay, so in posts, this is the section where you will find a variety of videos, including this one. Bye for now.